Hello and welcome back to The Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. Today we're going to talk about a brain dump. What is a brain dump and why do you need it in your life? A few weeks ago, I shared on Instagram, I was in a really crazy season and I talked about a brain dump, how that day was a really important day for me to do a brain dump. And I had a lot of questions. Some of you may not realize what a brain dump is and you need to know what it is and how it will help you. What is a brain dump? A brain dump is just a list of all of the things in your brain. You're literally taking all of those thoughts, those ideas, those tasks, those projects, taking them out of your brain and writing them on a sheet of paper. Those can be ideas that you have. Maybe you have a YouTube channel and it's an idea that you have of, hey, I'd like to do a YouTube video on this. Or I'm out of mayonnaise and we need to purchase mayonnaise. Or my daughter's birthday is in 3 weeks and I really need to get those invitations for her party sent out. Whatever those things are, no matter how major they are, maybe it's a big project that's going to need to be broken down into multiple steps, or it is simply an item that your pantry is out of that you need to put on your grocery list. Whatever it is, you just write it down. I highly recommend that when you are writing down your brain dump, that rather than typing it out, and I do keep a list on my phone, I'll go over that in a minute, but when I'm doing a big brain dump, I like to have a notepad and a pen. There's something about writing that kind of helps your brain to totally focus on the task at hand rather than being distracted with something else. So grab a pen, grab a notepad, and write that list. And that's going to help you to get started. So number one is to sit down and write out this list. Now, you have this list. What are you going to do with it? There are 4 things that you're going to do with your brain dump. First, you want to categorize. Maybe grab those items that need to go on a grocery list and just pull those over to the grocery list. Or pull over those projects that need to happen. Maybe they're for work. Pull those into a category. Whatever makes sense to you, break those things up and categorize them. Number 2, probably the most important step, you're going to prioritize. What is the most important that you must get done? Many times we may think, everything on this list is important. But if you could only do 3 of these things today, what would the 3 things be? It's really important you prioritize. It's another reason that I love my full focus planner is because I am able to choose my big 3 each day. We can overload ourselves, but we have to take the time to prioritize what is the most important for me to accomplish. And so after you prioritize, that brings you to the next thing. Eliminate. What are the things that I'm looking at this list now and I realize maybe I don't actually have to do this. Maybe it's not something that is absolutely necessary for me to do. I'm going to take it off the list. I'm going to just take it away. And this is really a great way for you to sort of mentally check this off. You've taken it out of your brain, dumped it onto the sheet of paper, and now you're marking it off. This is something I am eliminating. And number 4 is delegate. What are some items on this list that I can give to someone else? Maybe it's a work item and you realize this is someone else on the team can do this. This maybe actually might be their responsibility and it's just in my brain. And so I'm going to send this over to them. Or it may be something like hiring someone to clean your house or hiring someone to do something that you don't have time to do. Look for those items that you can delegate. Have someone else do those items. Delegation is a really powerful tool, and I encourage you to look for creative ways to use this. So why do you need a brain dump in your life? A brain dump is like letting out a giant exhale. You are just taking a deep breath and letting it out. You've taken all of those tasks, all of those thoughts, those projects, you've put them on a sheet of paper, and now you can create task lists that are doable. Many times I will be thinking of all of the things I have to do and it feels really overwhelming, but there's something about taking those things and writing them down and then prioritizing them. And now I realize, okay, it's not as overwhelming as I thought it was. It's actually pretty doable. I can do this. So if you haven't done it, I encourage you, do a brain dump today. Go ahead and sit down and write out all of the things that you need to do. And if you don't have a planner, I really encourage you to grab the Full Focus Planner. I will put a link in the notes below where you can go and purchase one of those. And if you're watching this during the month of October, you have the opportunity to save 10% with the code Shelley Fall 10. That's SHELLEYFALL10. You can save 10% on your order. So if you haven't done a brain dump in a while, I encourage you to do one today. Go ahead and write all of those things out. And then categorize, prioritize, eliminate, and delegate. And you will see that you will have margin in your life for the good things. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when the next video goes live.